Another 12 pioneering ideas will hit the ground this year, including a new partnership with our 3 public library systems to promote literacy among high school dropouts. It will be part of an emerging focus on New Yorkers who are a key part of the poverty puzzle, young fathers. Through a new campaign called NYC Dads, for example, we will help more young fathers connect with their children and with jobs. Congress should do its part by ending the marriage penalty on the Earned Income Tax Credit and lowering the qualifying age from 25 to 21. At the same time, though, Congress should withhold the money from any father who isn't up to date on child support payments. Bigger benefits, basic responsibilities. To me, that's the right ways to fight poverty. At the same time, let's face up to a hard fact. Too many of today's young fathers have run afoul of the law. They face an uphill battle in getting their lives back on track. But if they don't, their children will suffer most. And that's why this year we will build more classrooms at Rikers Island and make going to school there more attractive. And to keep inmates on the right path once they leave, we will link them to the benefits they need immediately upon release. They've paid their debt, but with no prospects, sadly, too many of them will return to jail. So let's help them build their future, which will help keep all of us safe. A central part of reducing poverty is improving public health. And over the past 6 years, we've helped New Yorkers of all incomes be proactive about their health. And the results speak for themselves. 265,000 more New Yorkers now have a regular doctor. A record number are being screened for colon cancer. Teenage smoking has plunged an incredible 52%. And yes, you can applaud. And due to these accomplishments and others, the average New Yorker is now living longer than the average American. Think about that. On the other hand, why shouldn't we? This is New York. Now we're stepping up our fight against New York's #1 killer, heart disease. And that's why last year we didn't just ban trans fats. Working with Speaker Quinn, we've increased the availability of healthy foods in neighborhoods where they are hardest to find, and also introduced legislation to raise the number of street vendors who sell fruit and vegetables. This year, we'll raise the quality of food served in every city agency, from our hospitals to our schools to our senior centers. That's nearly 1.5 million meals every single day of the year. We'll also continue opening parks and playgrounds in every neighborhood so that every New Yorker has no more than a 10-minute walk to enjoy them. A lot of exercise and fresh air. That will help my friend Julian Chen over here. Julian, you want to wave your hand? You're on television. That will help Julian live as long as his great-grandmother, another Flushing resident who is 96 years old. How about it, Julian? Proud? We should be. Over the next 25 years, the number of New Yorkers over 65 is going to nearly double, growing to 20% of our city. That's an incredible statistic. Now, seniors bring both stability and vitality to our neighborhoods. Just take a look at John Byers. I will tell you about John. He joined councils, clubs, and community boards. He's retired now, but he's busier than ever. And today I'm announcing a major effort called the All Ages Project. In collaboration with the City Council and the New York Academy of Medicine, this project will completely re-envision what it means to grow old in New York for seniors like John and me. For How can we ensure that more seniors are cared for in their own homes rather than in institutions? And how do we make our city easier to get around in? Next month, we'll begin to address that second challenge with traffic engineering improvements at 25 high-accident areas which are especially problematic for seniors, including some here in Flushing. This will make the streets safer for all of us, including our children. Everything we're doing, in fact, will create a better future for our children, because soon this city will be their city. They'll be the ones sitting in your seats, voting, paying your Social Security benefits, or even up here giving the State of the City address. And that's why, from the beginning, this administration has pursued major education reforms that put children first. That commitment has been the driving engine behind everything we've achieved in the past 6 years. Raising graduation rates by 20%, increasing reading and math scores by double digits, slashing the bureaucracy, funding schools more generously and equitably, rewarding principals and teachers for excellence, closing the shameful achievement gap between ethnicities, and giving all children a chance to fulfill their God-given potential. This is New York City. Now, the families of New York expect a lot from their schools, and they have every right to. They're entrusting us with their children. 5 children in the case of the Srinivasan's family. They're the people we have to answer to, and that's why one of our first steps was putting parent coordinators in every school. It's why we reached out to 850,000 families in the biggest school survey ever. It's why we've created school progress reports in 10 languages. And this year, we'll use the power of technology to give families another window into their children's schools. Recently, we unveiled a performance management database that allows principals and teachers to track student progress. This fall, we'll open up this web-based system to parents. No longer will kids be able to hide test scores from parents. My mother would have loved this. We will put technology to work in other ways, too. For instance, this year, we'll begin testing GPS systems on our school buses to help us measure on-time performance and keep track of our fleet in the event of a citywide emergency. Technology will also help us in our mission to ensure a first-rate teacher in every classroom. This year, we'll provide a new web-based tenure toolkit to empower principals to make tenure decisions the right ways, rigorously, fairly, and based on student learning and progress. This will build on the work with the UFT that we've done to make teacher tenure what it's supposed to be, a reward for success, not an automatic right for punching the time clock. Now, make no mistake, we believe in our teachers, and that's why we've raised salaries 43% and invested more than $2 billion in training and supporting them. But we're also going to be tough enough to give principals the authority to evaluate all teachers based on how well their students are actually learning. Students and parents deserve nothing less. In 2008, we're also going to set